And I said, are you talking about his vote for the stimulus bill that stimulated government, and you'll see more of that stimulus money thrown around to try to dissuade you from standing firm for limited government?
Bribery.
I said, are you talking about his vote for the over-bloated Pelosi budget with 9,000 earmarks in it? Turtle fences, beat studies.
Shower on his parade.
Yeah. Are you talking about his vote for cap and tax, the largest, most intrusive tax on Americans in the history of the United States that will destroy America as we know it, that will put us in a defensive posture that is weak? Are you talking about that? Are you talking about his vote twice for the healthcare takeover of the United States? That's going to ration coverage ultimately because we can't afford it. Are you talking about that system that will not allow me or other grandparents in the future with a privilege like I had of having 2 little grandkids, twin grandsons born 3 years ago, 24 weeks, 1 pound 12 ounces, and the best health care in the world put out to save those little guys? And I thank God that though I'll meet one of those little boys, John Timothy, named after my dad and myself, I'll meet him in heaven again someday. Yet Mike I talked to on the way in this morning, and he's a happy 3.5-year-old. He caught his first perch through the ice with his grandpa this past January.
All right.
And I thank God for the system we have. Are you supporting Mark Schauer because of that? And he said, no, Tim. He says, I got to support him because he's going to help me get a government contract for my business. Is that where we've come to in the United States, that in order to have economic development, we have to have the government give us the jobs?
Right.
That we don't put our faith and our dependence upon the creative spirit, the entrepreneurialism of American people who have led this world, not just this country, for centuries, and have not only blessed our people, but because of the wealth of this country based upon the fact that free people in a free society with free ideas and a willingness to take risks, even to fail, we've had that opportunity in this country, have gone on and allowed us to bless the world and people like Calderon who can come and step on us, and yet we still go on because we're America. Have we come to a point in time that government has buffaloed us so much, has scared us so much, that we got to bow down and say, help us. We are your servants. Give us a little bit of flesh. No, we haven't. I haven't. I'm a citizen of this great country. I'm not a citizen of Barack Obama's empire. I'm not a citizen of the U.S. Congress. I'm not a citizen of the U.S. Senate. I'm not a citizen of anything but God blessed America. And so today, I ask you not to back away. They're expecting you to be AstroTurf. They're expecting you, if anything, to be turf that will dry out and go away because we can put you down. They're expecting that.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. We're ready to rumble, right? You know, there are a lot of people that talk. They talk about doing things. They talk about what they will do if they're elected. They talk about their platform. And what's the old saw? They sound so good, and then we elect them. What happens? Well, I can tell you I have a consistent record. I've stood with the people, with the Constitution, and that's why I've been targeted. And that's why in the last election, the Democrats spent more to defeat me than any other candidate in the United States. Well, that's a badge of courage I'll accept. And I'm not going away because the American people aren't going away. The American people have awakened now, and I want to tell you where I have stood in the state legislature when we went from the Blanchard years of desolation, not unlike what we've had under Governor Granholm. And we went on, and I said no to spending and taxation and big government in order to say yes to the taxpayer. And then in the 90s, we had our way. And we said yes to the taxpayer by reducing spending, cutting taxes, and putting this state on a sound base again where we led the nation in growth, where we had a $1 billion rainy day fund and we had cut taxes 26 times because we believed that the citizens, having the money in their pockets, could spend it better, generally speaking, than the government. And it worked.